Hey, this is Aaron.
And Blake, we're AB Data.
Thanks for walking through this Alteryx Weekly challenge with us.
In this video, we're taking a look at weekly challenge number 173. We're going to look at the Tour de France Crow edition. With all weekly challenges, we of course need to read the description to start. So we're going to be taking the distance of the Tour de France, each stage, and seeing how far the distance is both on a bike and then as the crow flies as well. So I just went ahead and summarized what's there for you. If you want to look at weekly challenge number 173, you can read the whole thing. One of the first steps that we need to take is we need to look at our data here and see what we're working with. So if I hit the run button, I'll be able to take a look here, and I'll see that I have each of the stages listed. I have the place where it starts and the place where it ends. We're going to treat any origin and destination that are the same as 0 as the crow flies, even though they do have a bike distance. So that's all of our Tour de France data on each of the race stages. If we look below, we have some data on each of our locations. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and get these locations and their latitude and longitude tagged on to the overall information that we have. So we can do that using a join tool. Let's go ahead and grab a join first and bring it down, and we want to join our, first we're going to go ahead and get this origin tagged on. Oops. Going to have the origin joined to the city. We are going to keep everything except for the information from the centroid from the right. And actually looking at our output here at the end, all we're going to need is the bike distance and the bird distance. So we really just need to see the city where we start, the city where we end, and the spatial information for those. So I think that we can go ahead and get rid of pretty much everything else. We don't need the date. We do want to keep the distance. We don't want to keep the type or the winner or the winner country. We don't need any of that information, so we'll go ahead and drop it off. So we're going to end up keeping 5 fields, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fields. So let's go ahead and hit run and see what we get. All right, so now we've got these locations for where we started, but we also need to have the locations for where we ended. So let's go ahead just to keep things clear here, and let's rename this field as our origin point, since that's what we joined on. And let's grab another join tool here, and we're going to do basically the same thing, but instead of joining on the origin, we're going to be joining on the destination. So we're going to say the destination, we want to match up with the city. We're going to keep everything that we started with from the left. We're going to get rid of everything on the right, except for our spatial object that's being joined in. And this time we're going to say this is our destination point. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and hit the run button and see what we've got. Oh, very nice. So we have each of our stages with the origin city and the destination city. So we already have the distance that the bike covers. We need to figure out the distance that the crow is going to fly. So in order to do that, we're going to go to our spatial section, and we're going to go ahead and grab a distance tool, because we're just looking for a distance here. And we want to find the distance from the origin point to the destination point. We're going to output that distance. If the point's inside the polygon, meaning if the points are the same, we're going to say return a distance of 0. We'll go ahead, we don't have to output the cardinal direction. We don't really need that field at all. And then we also want to go ahead and change our units to kilometers, because that's the distance that our bike is, or our bike distances are. So if we go ahead and hit the run button, we'll see that we have our distance in kilometers that the crow would fly versus the distance that our bikes are going to go. We don't have to put this in order because we're looking for an overall sum. So we do need to grab the summarize tool. And all that we want to do is we want to look at our distance. And we're going to go ahead and change our bike distance to... oh, well, we can't sum it yet because it's a v-string. So let's go back to one of our joins that actually has an embedded select tool in it, and let's change that distance into a double so that we can work with it as a number. Now we can go ahead and we can sum that, and we can call that our bike distance. We can grab our distance in kilometers and we can sum that, and that's going to be our bird distance. And we'll toss on a browse tool just for good measure, hit the run button, and we'll see that we have a bike distance of 3,540 kilometers and a bird distance of 1779 and change, just like what Alteryx gave us. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you for learning with us today. Good luck on your Alteryx journey.
For more information on custom training, managed service automations, and more, please visit our website at abdataconsulting.com.